It's showtime. Like I told the boys, if you ain't fucking running late, you ain't running at all. That's coming from a stoner from Maine. What's up, historians? Welcome back to Season 5 of Historically Haunted VODCAST with your host, Adam, the Historian Ghost Hunter. We are in episode, 19. Holy shit, we're already into March already? It's into the 20s in Maine, so woohoo, get that bra out, girls. Get those panties out. It's almost beach weather. Welcome back to another great episode. Thank you for getting me going here, guys. I don't get anything. My phone died on me today. My car's power steering gave out, so fucking joy. I don't have I'm kind of running late, but I want to give you a shout out to my special guest co-host of mine, one of my clients, Historically Haunted Booking. He is an author. He is a host of a podcast called Let's Find Out. Diego, the podcaster, sent me his book. I'm getting through it. Appreciate you reading the book, man. I appreciate that. Going to bring him on in a minute. Before we do, also another client of mine. He is an actor. He's been in an Eminem music video. He's been doing stunts and shit like that. Batman vs Superman, a bunch of B films, all that good stuff. He does stunts, motivational speaking. He does just public speaking in general. He's an actor. He's, like I said, he does his own shows. He's also a paranormal investigator. All around pretty good dude, pretty laid back. Get to finally talk to him a little bit. So without further ado, this episode is sponsored by thank Adam. Who's this episode sponsored by? Hold on a second. Give me a second. I swear to God. Snarly Yow. Grant out of Virginia putting on a bunch of conventions. He's doing a bunch of stuff. He'll be at the Maine Paracon this year. I think Ben might hook up with him. Hopefully, if you're in Virginia, you can go check out Diego and him. Snarly Yow. It's an old cryptid type animal. This dude, Dave Grant, does all these episodes and different events and live stuff with him. So check it out. You guys want to comment in there. Be cool and chat. Heather's watching the chat. She'll cut your balls off if you're a dickhead. So make sure you want to up and check at the end of this video. Otherwise, Donald Trump will import you. So without further ado, Mr. Diego Hraff, former wrestler, fucking podcaster, now author. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Hey, it's a beautiful book. Hey, thank you for plugging the book and actually reading it, man.
Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to do that. There we go.
That's okay.
I want to bring you closer.
You just talking about being deported, so I guess that's what happened to me.
Oh, what's happened? Oh, he's Spanish. Get him the fuck out of here.
No, listen up.
You know, this fucking the world only built on. I'm Italian, so kick me out. Fuck you. I'll die in Rome. Oh yeah. Thank you for signing it, brother. You guys can get your own copy. Diego signed it. Remember the crib? I thought it was like crib, like an ice cube thing, but it's like a legit crib. Seeing shit out of a crib in Puerto Rico and shit. So
yeah, I don't make that kind of money to have an actual crib. You know, not like that. Not like MTV, but it's talking about the book real quick. You know, Zombie Media did a great job promoting it, releasing it. It's also on Kindle paperback, which is the same publisher that our good friend Dustin Grammer, he just released a new book too. Dirt World Tales of Horror was the last book, but he now got the structure. And
I put it somewhere. I just finished that up.
Okay, I got it right. I got it right there.
Every ending's like, well, so they ate him up and they only found bones and skin. So anyway, next story. Yeah, in the woods of Maine. Here I go. When to go eat my fucking soul, Stephen King. So good times. Gene. Gene. What's going on? Gene. Gene's a cryptozoologist from Maine. My girl, big cat chaser.
This guy right here.
Board. Without further ado, he's been all back enjoying wrestling and fucking eating grapes. Ben Strongwolf Rodriguez. This dude right here, this cat, we're going to lay into it. He's all over the place. Ben, welcome aboard the spaceship.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I am doing well. Glad to be here and ready to talk about all things paranormal today.
The Woodland Ghost Tracker, man. I love it. Ghost Contact Paranormal, plus just your own stuff solo. I just want to say welcome aboard, man. I'm glad you came up to hit me up, and I don't want to do you wrong. It's still early, but I want to make sure I work hard for you. If you guys want to book Ben or Diego for a show, a podcast, a convention, an event, hit me up, Adam Began, Historically Haunted Booking, and we'll look at a price. We'll look at some flights and all that shit. We'll put it together for you. So we'll put business aside for a minute. I want people to get to know Ben. What got Ben started in this shit, man? Was it your family, your friends? Did you see a movie when you were 5? Like, what got you into the spooky?
Actually, it's something that me and my wife started looking and watching. I'm gonna say probably 6-7 years ago.
Really? And, okay, that's a good run. People say 2 years. That's a fucking rookie, but okay. Sorry to cut you off. ADHD.
Oh no, it's fine. But you know, we started watching all these paranormal shows, and we really got hooked on them. And like, well, this is really cool stuff, you know. And I have a background in film, and so I just brought it to my wife's attention one day. I was like, we should put our own team together, and that's what we did.
So you've kind of been intrigued by it your whole life. You just never really did that lunge forward more. Because, I mean, obviously you're not like, oh, I don't, because people are hubbubby. Like, oh, I don't really, you know what I mean? But you've always had an interest. It's just you kind of pulled the trigger and was like, let's fucking go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. Is that where the name the Woodland Ghost Tracker comes from? What's that come from?
That's just something that I'm starting up here in 2025 that I, over the years, you know, I've had a lot of downtimes because I've had several part-time jobs, and it's allowed me to have time where I could go and investigate. And here in Michigan, we got a lot of haunted woods. And so I would find myself during the daytime, you know, scouting these places out so we can, you know, potentially investigate these locations.
Researcher.
And so, yeah, so it's more of like a getting the lay of the land, getting a feel for the land spiritually. And during all that time, I put together a lot of content doing solo work. And so if you look at our YouTube channel, Ghost Contact Paranormal, earlier in when we first took off, which I don't think I started putting videos on YouTube till about 2020. And so
Yeah, there's my witch. That's my girl.
from there, that's when I started kind of putting like small little clips together. But at that time, I didn't have any background in video editing. I didn't know anything about it. So,
Well, brave on you, right? I mean, you didn't really go for like publicity. You did it because there was an interest. It sounds like you legit.
yeah. I mean, I true story. I started off a skeptic when I put our team together.
Well,
I mean,
that's good though. Egon
That always
Spengler
starts,
Egon was a Ghostbuster, and he was like, I don't know, Peter, all the time, right, Raph?
Yeah.
Egon was the fucking stick in the mud, but he's the one they went to.
Yeah, I mean, I was open to the idea. I was what you call like a skeptical believer.
Right.
Like I needed that validation, and I quickly got that validation. And I got some stories about that too. So
it's like you said, it's one thing to be like, oh, something touched me. Oh, it's a demon. But at the same time, if something legit happened and you're just like, oh shit, well, fucking Ben thinks it's real, then it's gotta be, whatever. You know what I mean? I dig that. You gotta have credibility. You can't just be jumping at everything going, oh. As I've been with those people, and they're fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Ben, let me ask you a question because you're out there in the woods. You're looking for these type of things. Have you run into anything? And I don't know. I guess I should ask Gene this question. But are you running into any big cats over there when you go out in the woods, or are you also looking for cryptids or anything like that?
Oh,
nice. Well, I did. I was brave enough one day. There's this woods. Probably about 15 miles from my house, called Seven Gables. It's like in Michigan, one of the big haunted locations. And I was supposed to meet up with my team member because usually our thought process is, you know, you don't want to go into the middle of the woods by yourself, you know, at night. You always want to have like a couple people with you. Well, I got there to the park. I had all my equipment, and my team bailed on me.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. You know, I've been in this woods before. I'm not scared. I got myself a little tiny pocket knife. I'll be fine.
Attaboy.
Like MacGyver, just a little pocket knife. You create a rocket and shoot something. You're good.
Yeah. Right.
And so I'm out in the middle of the woods, and all of a sudden, you know, I start hearing what sound like a wolf howl, that distant wolf howling. I'm thinking, we don't have any wolves in this part of Michigan. And then, so, like, I'm sitting there because I actually brought a chair with me, and I made this my own little, like, tiny camp, I guess you could say it. And I set up
that's cool.
Equipment in every which direction, and, you know, set up some of our stuff, and then a few minutes later, I start hearing that same wolf, but it's on the other side of the woods. It sounds like maybe it's a half mile away. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then it sounds like it's coming from behind me and in front of me. I'm just like, am I getting surrounded here or what?
Wow. I don't
Yeah.
mean to laugh because that's definitely like a fucking nightmare, right? Because you're like, you didn't have a gun or nothing on you. Did you have any sort of weapon? Nothing.
Again, this little pocket knife about that.
Well, that's the first thing I'm putting in there is a weapon. This gives me kind of like the Ozark Howler vibes. And it's one of those things that I know it's down there in the Ozarks, but you never know. These things can migrate wherever they want to. And I didn't mean to interrupt you. So what happened, man? Because you heard the sounds. Did you smell anything?
Didn't smell anything. I went back the next day and I saw this, what looked like a wolf print the size of my palm, except it had an extra dew claw.
Wow.
It was like, I'm like, what the heck? I've never seen an animal print like that before.
Wow.
I'm just like, could that have been the Michigan, what they call a Michigan dog man? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the stories that I heard from, hearing that distant howls coming from all different directions and stuff. It made the hair on the back of my neck stand up for a minute, and I'm just like, you know what?
I bet.
I'm gonna slowly start packing things up and work my way back to my truck, which was, it was a little. The only time I think I've ever been a little scared.
Sounds like you might have been outnumbered too, though. It's one thing if it's one wolf, not so you could take one wolf on, but if you got a pack of them, fucking yowza bowza. I don't care how fucking, if you can be Hulk Hogan, bro, good luck. I mean, that's rough shit, especially middle of nowhere. Fucking, that's wild. I think you did the right move, man. I'm glad you're with us, man, because Michigan's got some fucked up things. I've heard of the Nain Rouge in Detroit because I like to know a band from Detroit called Acid Witch. They talk about the Nain Rouge. It's like a red devil or a red dwarf from Detroit, Michigan, terrorizes the streets. Yeah, Nain Rouge. So there's some cryptids going on, but you're all well rounded, man. Fucking Raph with a knockout question, of course. That was good.
Yeah. So then, when you packed up camp, went back home, did you give your those who were supposed to go with you? Did you at least give them some words of like fuck you or something like that? Like I try not to say, but f you guys.
Right?
I haven't been yet.
I don't think that particular team member is with us anymore. And it's, I always give people many times, but when it becomes a habit, and they, and the thing about our team is we're all volunteers, so I don't like force people to do anything.
How many people you got on your team? 5, 6, 7, 10?
Right now we're at 6. We were up to 9 at one point. We have some basic general rules. I mean, when you go into a residential house, you have to treat it like it's your own home. Yeah. And this one guy that joined our team, he come in, he had this big bag of salt and started throwing it around him. That's like, because he was, I don't know, scared of a demon that was trying to attack him. I'm like, dude, you can't be throwing big handfuls of salt around people's houses.
Yeah, he pulled a Mr. Fuji on there. He just started throwing salt everywhere.
Over the eyes. Well, some people see the Hollywood thing, The Exorcist, and they go, that's what you got to do. But not everything's demonic, bro. I mean, that's just Hollywood, guys. I mean, I don't know. As much as I love it, don't get me wrong, but.
Yeah. So, and then I pulled him aside, talked to him for a little bit about that, and then he comes back in the house, and he's got a vape pen, and he's vaping in the person's house. And I'm just like, come on, man. I literally, what I do before I start our investigation is we'll have a gathering, like a group. We'll put everybody together and we'll talk about what we're going to do, what we want people to do, and the rules, Like if it's a big building, never wander off by yourself. Always stick with your team member because, one, you don't want to get injured and disappear. Two, you can, if people don't know where you're at, you can contaminate potential evidence that way.
Yeah.
You hear that bump? Yeah, I was suing the fucking downstairs lobby, but no one knows it, so they think it was something, I went to one once where there was a basement. It was an old house in Massachusetts, and the person fell through a fucking well. It was a good thing we were there to pull him out, right? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Not that they're going to drown. I think it was like a 10-foot drop. Probably would have just got wet, but God forbid they hit their head and they get knocked out. Where are they? You know what I'm saying? It's, not being alone. It's not overrated. You really should go in pairs, at least.
Yeah. And we always, when we do an investigation, we'll make sure we scout the location, get a feel for it before we go dark, Do your general walk around with everyone has to do their walk around so they know where they're going.
That's just common sense, you'd think, which isn't common, I guess. So Ben, let's do some fun shit because that's what I'm all about. I like being open. People dig that shit. Give me your favorite movie that you're not in. Like, give me like one that maybe it's inspired you to want to be an actor, a stuntman, stand-in, all that good shit. Like, what's one of your go-tos?
One of my favorite movies. Oh God, I got a lot of them.
And one of your favorite Stephen Kings. Because that's my guy. I'm a main boy. Stephen King's my guy. So if you have a favorite Stephen King, so one of each. No pressure.
Well, the thing is, me and my spouse don't watch horror movies. If that makes any sense.
No shit. Okay, I've heard of people like you.
Well, yeah, I love a lot of different genres of movies, and but the one thing we don't watch too much of is horror movies.
You don't watch Trump's press conferences then, because that's part of the scariest shit out there, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So you don't like Stephen King, or you just never really? I mean, you must have seen one or two, Penny or something.
I don't think we have.
No shit.
No.
I gotta pop your cherry one of these. Raph, we're gonna bring it to his house and fucking have fun with this guy.
Well, that concludes this show. It was nice meeting you, Ben Rodriguez, and I guess. No, but I understand because I'm okay with horror. When I was younger, I used to go to these video stores, VHS, and you can rent out like 5 movies for $10, like the old, like those mom and pop places. And I used
to watch rewind,
motherfucker. I wasn't that kind, but I used to watch all the Full Moon, like Doll Man and Demonic Toys and all that kind of stuff. But I was more of like an Escape from New York kind of guy, so I was kind of into the sci-fi. So I don't know about you, Ben. Is that kind of your thing too?
I do like some sci-fi stuff. Okay. Yeah, there is a couple movies that I guess you could call it maybe somewhat of a horror film, and I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. It took place in like the catacombs of Paris. It was like upside down something or other.
Oh, there's all skulls and shit. About? Yes. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck is the name of that? I forget. They're in the, like underneath the streets and they try to get out and there's skulls and shit on the walls. That's based on a real thing. There's actual skulls, like what the fuck's the name of that movie? Shit.
It's one of those catacombs. Was that called catacombs?
Was it actually called catacombs? Sounds about right.
I think the movie itself is called like Over, Up, Down, something like that.
Yeah, up, down, down. Like Satan. Up, down, down. Like the Beelzebub thing at Satan's in Salem.
Yeah.
Up, same thing as up as same thing. Holy shit, that's wild.
As above, so below, kind of thing.
As above, so below. Yes, yes.
Yep, you got it.
That's the one. Ding, 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 ding. Get him a lollipop, Susie. He's a big winner. Holy shit, you're right. So I gotta ask Ben. Ben, as all, thank you, Brandon, coming in with the fucking.
Brandon got it.
Brandon's a big show sponsor, always dropping stars each week. Appreciate you so fucking much. Guys, you could be cool like Brandon and send me some money too so I can buy more weed. That'd be great. But let's go serious for a minute. Raph, I'm going to start with you since you're the special guest co-host, author. Where can people find your book, your podcast, and just you in general?
I appreciate that, man. So with the books, it literally just dropped about a little less than a month ago, but through Zombie Media, you can get it through Amazon, which, it's got the paperback, it's got Kindle, so you can download it or order it from there. Or when I'm all those Snarly Yow events coming up here in West Virginia and Maryland, you can catch me at my booth. I'll have the paperbacks there. The book is free, but the autographs could be $8. But you got to get both at the same time. So that's kind of how the deal goes. But no, yeah. And then for me, you can catch me on all the platforms. You can catch Let's Find Out with Diego or Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, all those, whatever you kids love to listen to it. And yeah, man, you can find me on Facebook. And I got to change all my names, Anna, because I went from that co-hosting and it's Diego the podcaster. So
that was your handle for a while. I mean, that's what you were trademarked as. So it's hard to rebrand yourself because people go, wait a minute, they're the same guy. People are fucking, people are just people.
Yeah.
I got to trademark Historically Haunted pretty soon or I'm fucked. Don't nobody will rip me off or I literally will kill you. So just don't even.
Just do the poor man's copyright, man. Send yourself a letter.
That's what they say. Like, didn't the guy from Back to the Future do that or some shit? So good. Diego, you're all over the place. Of course, Historically Haunted book, and we can get you all over the place. You're willing to go. You're based out of Virginia, but whatever. As far as you go, my friend Ben, Mr. Strongwolf, I love that Native American. Are you Native American too?
Yes, yeah.
I see pictures and shit. Like a shaman?
No, I'm a traditional dancer, but I don't practice any shamanism stuff, no.
I love the look, though. But Mr. Strongwolf Rodriguez, Ben, besides Historically Haunted, of course, and me and yourself, where can people find you, my brothers, if they wanted to book you? I have some directors that do horror movies and regular movies and shit in the crew. People always looking for extras. People want you for a film or want to see your stuff. Where can they find you, brother?
They can find me on Facebook. Facebook, Benjamin Strongwolf Rodriguez. I am also on X as the Woodland Ghost Tracker.
Yes.
And obviously YouTube. But as far as social media, those are the ones I use. I do have a direct email, which is bstrongwolf@gmail.com. So people can reach me there.
Ghost Contact Paranormal.
Yes, Ghost Contact Paranormal. Also, we have a page and a Facebook page and a group for Ghost Contact Paranormal.
I gotta mention, man, most of my clients for the booking agency have 2 or 3 gigs going. Raph's got not just got one podcast, but he's got 2 or 3 at this fucking point. I mean, you guys are always doing conventions and podcasts, and I love it because that's the way you gotta be like me. I mean, I'm doing the podcasting, the booking thing, I do the tours. You gotta stay busy, and I love that about you guys, Ben. You're a fucking good worker, and I know that a lot of shit's going on right now, but you're trying to stay focused. So It's gonna be a good year for you, man. I think we're gonna see some good stuff. What's your goal this year, brother? More films, more investigations, more conventions?
Well, I want to find a home for doing conventions. Here in Michigan, every year we would go up to this place in Sault Ste. Marie, and it was like the WrestleMania of Paracons.
No shit.
Where everybody was there. I mean, literally everybody in the paranormal would show up to this thing, and it was the Michigan
right in the middle.
Paracon. Yeah, and we went there for 4 years in a row, and then this past year was their last year. They shut it down.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a bummer, all the Ghost Hunter, the TV show, Ghost Hunter, Kindred Spirits, and just about anybody else you can think of in the paranormal, cryptid, all that stuff. People were there.
And you're willing to travel a little bit outside of Michigan, I would think, if the price is right, to a convention, I'm saying, or some sort of Paracon, they call it, right? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. I would probably want to stay no more, because from where we were in Michigan, it was about a 7-hour drive. So I'd want to say between 5 and 8 hours out of Michigan.
Okay. It's one thing if, like Jeff that runs the main Paracon, like he's willing to pay people's flights. I don't know if you're willing to fly. That's something we can talk about later, but whatever. I mean, if the price is right, is what I'm saying. Wade right here, Wade Kirby, partner of Nesper, the owners of Annabelle. He runs with Tony Spera and enjoying the conversation. Nice show. Thank you, Wade. Wade blessed me before I brought Annabelle on stage at Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. I was Tony's guest 2 years ago at the Warren Convention. I brought the Annabelle up, like thousands of people watching me. Wade, thank you for blessing me. I'll never forget that, man. You're a good dude. What's up, Paranormal Perceived? All the big dogs checking in tonight. Appreciate you guys. Check out Ben. He's not just an actor, not just a stunt man, but he's all over the place. Lectures. You do speaking, correct? All that stuff. I mean,
Well, with my job, I I am actually do speaking engagements to like it's kind of like motivational stuff. I work at an insurance firm up here in Lansing, Michigan, called Jackson National. They're a nationwide company. And right now I'm only part time, which is why I have a lot of time to do all this extra curricular stuff. Downside with that is financially, I'm always kind of struggling, you know.
This is the way, man. You
Yeah,
can't
man.
wait till electricity and food starts going up and now because of Canada fucking cutting us. Anyway, don't get me into it.
Yeah, we got a whole thing to do. I'm sorry. So, hey, Ben, I don't mean to interrupt, but because I know we went through the whole part of the paranormal, you out there in the woods, and you did some exploration, but we haven't tapped too much into your film work and your stunt work. And because it's guys like you that take the hits, kind of like the wrestlers, we take the hits too. So when you're out there performing and make sure Tom Cruise is not getting hurt or his manicure gets all scratched up. So how does a typical day go for you when you go on set? How do you prepare for these roles? How do you train?
Well, I don't really do the stunt work side of things anymore. I haven't done stunt work probably in a good 10 years. So, but when I was doing it, I had trained with this company out of Ann Arbor called the Ring of Steel Stunt Troupe, and they brought on most of the stunt work stuff that I did was for independent films. I've never done stunt work on a major Hollywood budget film. I have done stand-in work, but I haven't done stunt work on any of those big films. One of the films that I did stunt work on kind of made it a little bit big, but not. I still wouldn't call it quite a Hollywood film.
So close to most people I know. That's pretty wild. That's pretty cool. Fuck that. It's almost as cool as Raph's new beard, man. That's fucking pretty good.
Oh no, it's out of control. It's West Virginia life. But but I'm gonna take something back. I believe that Tom Cruise does do his own stunts, so I apologize.
Really?
Yeah, I think he does. Not quite like Jackie Chan stunts, but I think he gets out there, he puts it on the line. But maybe like, I know David Hasselhoff doesn't do his own stunts, so
we're getting hit on by Jim Brown at Tombstone Paranormal, calls him I was all handsome.
He's got my number. It's all right.
Amanda from the
Spooky Japan. She's awesome. I love that show.
Check it out. I still got the Kit Kats and shit hanging right from my thing.
Did you eat them?
Oh my god, dude! Macchiato, Kit Kat, and shit. She said green tea. Come on, of course I ate them. Yeah. All stoned and had those. Thank you, Amanda, for checking in. Raph, thank you for saving the show. I've had a bad day and I'm losing control. So
I've had a bad day too. This is the highlight of my day being with you guys. So
I love it.
You're all helping me out. Yeah.
Let me tell you what really got me into doing stunt work is, and Diego, you're gonna like this. Beforehand, I was actually training to become a professional wrestler.
Yes! There's the tie-in.
I was working with a company called Big Time Wrestling here in Michigan, or the AWWL. It was a local company that was ran by the original Sheik's kids. And I was actually supposed to be getting trained by ECW wrestler Sabu, who's retired now. And I was working with him a little bit, and I kind of had a falling out with him when he brought drugs in my vehicle.
I heard he's kind of hard to deal with in real life. I've heard that he's kind of the real persona. He's just kind of very ornery. That's true, huh?
Well, he's hard to understand because he's deaf in one ear. And his English isn't the greatest, but I mean, overall, he isn't really that bad of a person.
Okay.
He didn't really seem like he cared that he put my career in jeopardy by bringing drugs in my vehicle.
No shit.
And I had to tell the manager, or Eddie Firehat, I was like, look, I can't work for this company anymore because this, Sabu, the guy that's supposed to be training me, is is, and I shouldn't be throwing people under the bus like that. I really should, especially on a podcast. But
It's odd, but I get it, man. It's the truth, and it's kind of fucking. I mean, I dig it. It's right. Yeah. Again,
You know.
Man, sometimes, unfortunately, that's part of that kind of lifestyle. Whether you could be a rock star, a wrestler, even in sports, that. But in a sense, if you're riding in somebody else's car,
he loves wrestling.
you don't want to bring what you're bringing, because then the person who has the car, they're gonna get pinched for it too. So not just the person. Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't the biggest deciding factor. I also had lost my health insurance, and doing professional wrestling on an indie card show.
With no insurance?
You have to have insurance.
Oh, no.
Yeah, true story.
It's not as fake as people think. Sure, some shit's scripted, but you get fucking bumps. You fucking hurt. I never tried it, but I've seen videos, and yeah, it's not easy. McFoley pissing blood.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yeah, that's what kind of sparked me from.
Wow.
And this was back in 2006, 7, and 8 that I was the referee for this company, and I went all over Michigan with their show.
Oh, that's cool too.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I actually reffed a match between Dick the Bruiser Jr. and Bobo Brazil Jr.
Oh, they finally caught you. Hear the sirens?
Yeah. Live on the podcast. You see it here only.
Yep.
Oh man, we're talking with Ben Strongwolf Rodriguez, ghost hunter, paranormal investigator, fucking Native American soul researcher, former stuntman actor, good man, author, Diego the podcaster, Raph, former pro wrestler, podcaster. Let's find out podcast. We're halfway through, half hour to go. Hopefully, I'm not killing you guys. I'm a little buzzed. It's been a long fucking day. I've been up since 4. I don't know why.
Hey, we keep the same hours, bro. We're texting each other at 4 in the morning.
Maybe if I drink more beer, I'll pass out. And I'm good for the first 3 hours, and then it's like fucking doo-doo-doo. So hey, let's start with Ben. I want to go up clockward. I want to go the backwards way. Ben, give me one of each. Give me one of your favorite places to go that you've been, and give me one of your bucket lists that you'd love to go that you haven't. And when you give me one for America and one for Europe or England or whatever, if you got one.
Okay. Yeah. So I know right now a bucket list place that I would love to go, but just isn't in my budget right now would be Trans-Allegheny.
Ooh,
I would love to go. Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah. And that would give me the opportunity to utilize all of our cameras. I mean, I got 20 cameras. So
Raph, you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I got 4 sets of security cameras. I brought some stuff for show and tell. This is
Please do.
This is a binocular camera. I can see.
Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of my.
Well, he got rid of himself on his own show. So you got some binos there that take pictures.
This takes. It's a video camera and a binocular camera. And can see a quarter a mile away in pitch black.
Wow, look at that. Literally what Egon had and Dan Aykroyd had when they saw Vigo. That's legit shit, huh? Temperature?
Yeah.
Raph, turn a little bit so I can see your face.
Well, what happened here? The angle, something.
Well, I wanted to jump in. I was like, I'll jump in and say hi. That's legit shit, huh?
Yeah.
You can see right in front of you. Wow.
I can see a quarter a mile away in pitch black darkness with this thing.
That's
why I like to
girl had this looks fun witching life guy with Annabelle. Wow.
Yeah.
Those run on batteries, Ben? Those like batteries? You charge them?
Yeah. Yep. I have a rechargeable battery system. We also use police cameras. So every one of our team members will put on police cameras. These things I love because they record 10-minute intervals. They have great audio and you just put them on and just walk around, and I did that because, some of our heavier cameras like these, you walk around for hours on end and your arm starts getting tired, and then your team members start filming each other's feet.
He's looking down.
Like, why am I getting all this content when it's just each other's feet? So I invested in these police cameras, and they're amazing.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. You had me at the goggles. You throw in the cameras. Me and Raph both want to be part of your team now. I want a fucking camera so bad. You guys are gonna see me pee every time. I can't wait. I want to join right now.
In the dark, of course.
I bought this thing on Amazon. It's one of those little turntables that you can get for like $12 to display your jewelry.
Yeah.
And I mounted a camera bracket on here and a trail camera. So now I have my own little made up 360.
Look at this fucking guy, Raph.
I told you, Diego. I know he has some MacGyver blood in him. I told you.
Diego.
Well, yeah, now I have this camera that'll spin around and get a whole room.
Oh, that's this guy a question, Diego. You get something for him. He's fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so he is a lot of fun. So what other equipment you have? Because you have the cameras. How did you? Hold on. Let me back up. How did you get the police cameras?
Yes. How? That's not civilian shit, is it?
Yeah, it's not normal stuff, is it?
This is something you can buy on Amazon for $90. And they'll sit there and record for 10 hours straight. I mean, they have to be able to cover a full officer's shift, so you just mount it and go.
They don't ask for an ID or nothing. Legit civilians can buy that. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, if they can record, we can record. I watch videos on TikTok of people recording in public. Going, if you can see it with your eyes, you can record it. There's no privacy expected in public. You don't have to sign waivers. It's true. Wow.
So, and then
I had no idea that was legal, Diego. Wow.
I mean, I'm learning that now. So, I mean, it could be good, it could be not good. I mean, it could help others, and sometimes not so much. I think because you see a lot of those folks on YouTube doing these. Well, they got these little channels that wear these cameras and prank people. Sometimes they get their ass beat for it, which is the best part of it.
They do skateboard jumps and shit.
Yeah. And then sometimes we'll mount one of these to somebody's back, because a lot of times, you know how spirits are. You're filming in front of you and something happens behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll always have somebody have one of these on their back as well.
You can't have too many. It's great to have all angles. You never know, especially. See, I love that what you're saying, because it's not like ghosts go, "Hey, here I am." They do when they come out when they're fucking ready, whether you're ready or not. And it's good to have angles, man.
And you use that footage for these cameras on your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Check it out, guys. Check it out.
Yep. Ghost Contact Paranormal. So we've caught quite a bit of stuff with these things. And I've actually, weird as it sounds, I've gotten UFO activity with these.
I was going to ask you about aliens. You believe in UFO beings? And
shit, now you're in my neighborhood. Let's go.
I do now. We were investigating the Greystone Manor in Gasport, New York. And I had this camera set up on a tripod filming the field, because the homeowner says that you can see apparitions out in the field running back and forth. And so I set up the camera. I didn't get no apparitions, but I had this big giant beam of infrared light come down and just cover the whole trees and start strobing. Wow. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, this is like Skinwalker Ranch sort of stuff.
How high up was that on the tree line? How high up was it?
It just covered the whole tree line.
Wow.
It's on my YouTube channel. And it's weird. You know, I had it recording for several hours, and there's probably like a 20-minute span where it comes down, starts off as a light strobe, gets brighter, and then it dims out, and it comes back, and it gets brighter, and starts pulsating. And then you start seeing these little orbs popping up in the sky, and just like, all right, this is not something I expected.
That's wild. That's right outside your door, your house?
What's that?
Where was that out? Where you live?
No, we went to it's called the Greystone Manor in Gasport, New York.
As you say, Greystone Manor. I've heard of that. That's got a lot of hauntings to it. I didn't realize UFOs are connected too. That's wild. That's a 2-for-1.
Oh yeah.
Plus the history.
Yeah.
Sounds like you dig your history too, Ben, huh?
Yes, definitely. Especially being Native American and being that I'm part Mohawk, my ancestry comes from New York, so it was even an extra good thing to be able to get that chance to go there. One of my favorites. I know you'd asked me what my absolute favorite place we investigated.
Yeah.
So far has been, and that might be one of them. But it's a very close toss up between that and the Randolph County Asylum in Winchester, Indiana.
Indiana. Yeah, I've never been, but I've heard a lot of things. Bucket list. That's good, huh?
Yeah, I call a full body apparition in the window there.
Of course you did. This
One
is
and
like
only.
spirits there. Oh, that's awesome, Ben.
Yeah.
How many times you been? Once, twice?
Once, I think we're gonna go back there.
Road trip.
I do have 2 investigations scheduled for this summer. The Rock Island, I think it's hotel or something in Illinois.
Rock Island, Illinois. I think right in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Not of course, Wisconsin, but the bottom part, that by Ohio, I think. No shit.
Yep, and then the Rhodes Hotel, which is, I believe, in Indiana as well. We'll be doing that one.
That's cool. You get a little bit of bucket list going on there. I like that. You have any ideas to go up to my place, to come to New England or Maine? You ever been to Salem or Boston, Portland, Maine?
I would love to. I do know right now in our budget it may not be possible because I think it is like it's probably about a 10-hour trip or more for us, but it would have to be something that we would have to stay for a couple days, investigate, and then.
Jeff wants people for the 2026 one in Augusta, Maine. He wants some clients and stuff. My guy that runs it, Jeff, with him. He wants some people for the Maine Paracon there. So I'll keep you posted, let you know. Hopefully, I'm not going to promise anything, but hopefully next September, that'd be great. Get you up to my place, get you Stephen King's house, get you some photos. I think we'd be like that.
That'd be.
Yeah, man. So this is the part of the show where I usually ask the guests if they want to play host. You want a question? You got a question for me or Raph or both of us? You want to play host?
Oh,
Raph doesn't stop talking this whole time. Yeah, ask Diego a question. Ask him why he won't stop talking, and ask me to shut the fuck up.
No, never, man. This is your show, brother.
I'm a talker. My girlfriend says, you talk so much. I go, I got a podcast. Suck it. I can't help it, man. I like to talk when I can. Ask Ben or me, ask Diego or me your question, or both of us one separately if you'd like.
Okay. I mean, I'll ask you, Adam first. What's the biggest place that you've investigated, or your favorite place?
Oh boy, I'm not gonna lie, which is so bizarre. Literally about 3 months before my mother passed away in 2019, my girl got into some money and we went to go Lizzie Borden's house in Fall River, Massachusetts. She killed her mother and father with an axe. You've heard of that. So we go there, right, in like March. My mom died in July, so it's like March, 3 months prior, right? I actually blame Lizzie Borden for it, I believe it or not. But anyway, I digress. So we go to Lizzie Borden's, right? And the other 2 families cancel. So we get the whole house for $350, right? Which the whole house is like $2,500 if you want to investigate it. But the other 2 or 3 families canceled. It was a Thursday night. Luann or whatever, Leanne, the girl that passed away, goes, everybody else canceled. Don't die. She gives a whole tour. The next morning, we had the same breakfast the family had the morning they got killed. Everything, dude. The fucking pineapple slices, the yogurt, whatever the fuck. In the same room, they had the autopsy tables. It's just wild. So I know it sounds cliche, and I get it. It's big and bad. And there's little guys that are great. There really is. People, everybody's worth something. But Lizzie Borden's, man, holy shit. We stayed in the room where the guy, where the mother was killed with the axe, and they found her bent over. The murder room, they called it. I pulled an all-nighter. I laid naked in Lizzie's bed. Tickle me. I'm laying there. Had my fucking thing on. My girl did the dowsing rods. I got an orb on a shop vac. Oh, my God almighty. I can go on forever. Lizzie Borden's, to answer your question, final answer. I know it sounds cliche, but Fall River, Massachusetts, man, one of the biggest murders of life that's never been solved technically. Pretty wild fucking location, 1836 house, and just old. And yeah, you've heard of Lizzie, right, Ben?
Yeah.
You must have heard of him. Yeah, everybody's. Diego, what say you? What's the most fucking haunted or great place you've been, brother?
You know, I knew the question was going to come to me.
Yes.
I'm long overdue to do any kind of investigation, but I'm not going to say I'm new to the game. But if you, like you've read in my book, it's pretty much anywhere I lived, there's always something going on, especially this house here when I moved to West Virginia.
That shadow figure with the arms, that tornado thing, that's fucking
that's the worst thing I ever experienced. One of 2. experiences with sleep paralysis.
Sleep
But no, I
paralysis.
have not actually gone to a location to investigate or anything like that. A lot of this
Well,
stuff
West
usually
Virginia, Mothman's
I
there
know. I
too,
mean,
right? I mean,
because Harper's Ferry is right up the street pretty much from here. And Mothman Museum is about a good, 5-hour drive, but it's worth it. But no, as far as like a bucket list kind of things like that, I'm gonna go a little bit different on this one because I don't know if I know any location I really want. I'm dying to go to or anything like that. But
oh come on.
no, I'm serious. But I would like to experience one thing. If I ever get a chance to actually be a guest or host an episode of Coast to Coast AM, get a hold of Adam Began, Historically Haunted Bookings. He'll get you straight to me.
I
I'm
love
I'm
this
open
guy.
and I'm ready to go.
I fucking love you guys. I can give you both a hug right now and a big old kiss on both your cheeks. And I'm not even gay, so suck it. Brandon, what's up? Thank you for being another client of mine and donating fucking $12 every time.
Yeah, he's
I get
got a
like
good idea there.
$70 a month from this guy. This fucking guy's amazing. You're joining for free. He sends me $12 a week in stars. I appreciate you so much, dude. I love you and your wife, Kim. Viper Paranormal, Virginia. You're so kind to me. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we still got 20 minutes to go strong here, man. We got Ben Strong, Rolfo Rodriguez, Dave American Blood here, Ghost Tracker, Paranormal Extraordinaire, Believer in You, Gatches up the Wazoo. I'm not trying to rhyme either. Diego, podcaster, author. Ben, let me ask you, brother, you plan on writing yourself a little memoir, a little book or anything?
I had thought about it. I wouldn't know who to reach out to have it published. I mean, I do know a couple people in.
I get you.
I know a few.
We got you, brother. No, but I get you.
There's a lady here in Michigan, Nicole Buchamp, who does a lot. Who's an author of a lot of paranormal stuff around the country, and she's actually going to be putting us in her next book, which is about something. I think the New Orleans. It's going to be her next book, but
I want to go so bad.
Yeah, the reason why she's got us in her book is because there's a place here in Lansing, Michigan, that has a store called the Voodoo's World of Oddities, and they have all things New Orleans in there. And they also have a haunted museum, and we've donated several items to this haunted museum from our investigation.
Cool. What did you donate? I'm sorry I cut you off, but now you got me. I'm intrigued now. What did you donate?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It was a haunted mirror that I pulled out of this guy's house. This guy reached out to me because he said he was being attacked in his bed in a sexual way. and so I'm like, okay, we'll go out there and see what's going on. And this guy had these mirrors on every corner of his room that like joined like this. And when you looked into the mirror, it looked like it was going into nothing. Like it was like these 4 giant poles in every corner of his room. And I believe it was creating a portal or a vortex with these mirrors, the way they had it in that house.
That's
and yeah, and it was extremely hard to do a cleansing because the guy's house was a manufactured home, or a trailer, basically, and he lived in a mobile home that was elevated, and it's hard to do a really good cleansing on a home that doesn't have a foundation, because
it's not grounded technically.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And so, believe it or not, mobile homes. I've had a lot of people in mobile homes reach out to me because people say that they're being affected by stuff. And so I went in there and I brought our medium. We have a medium on our team. And he's like, yeah, you're definitely right about that. There's something, one, attached to this guy, and two, there's a portal there. So we had to first close the portal, and so we're taking these mirrors out, and the last mirror that I'm pulling out, shatters.
Now you did it now.
Yeah, I did. That's what my medium. That's what my medium said. And So I believe I had trapped whatever spirit was in the home in this mirror,
Yep.
and I ended up, crazy enough, bringing it home and leaving it outside. And my brother walks by and says, "I don't got a good feeling about that thing. Where'd you get it?" Before I even told him where I got it.
You didn't tell him a thing about it? Wow, you tell me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I had it framed and I gave it to the museum, and it with like a little story about where the mirror came from. He's like, "Yeah, I'll set it up and see what happens. See if anybody uh, has any experiences." And within days, people, were getting the feeling of being touched when they look at the mirror. I had one lady said that her face was feeling like it was on fire when she looked at the mirror, and she was freaking out.
Holy shit.
And so everyone that sees that mirror has something that happens to them.
You still have that? Oh, no, that's when you donated, right? That's when you donated?
Yep. So this
Good
is
call.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like,
What's
you
up,
can have
Morgan?
it.
What's up, Chica? I was been sailing with Morgan. That's her with Bewitched Statue. She's a good chick. What's up, chick? Thanks for checking in. No shit. That's pretty well. So you do a little bit of cleansing. You do a little bit of it all, man.
Oh yeah.
The Woodland Ghost Tracker. That's you. I would take it, right? That represents you as
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I might be doing some solo stuff this summer, and I'm just gonna try to put a little film thing together.
Well, as your booking agent, I demand you keep me posted because you're going to be on a
Dude.
rap show, Diego the podcast. Let's
Yeah.
find out what the 18th of next month. Is that correct?
Yeah.
April or
Be
June?
on the 16th. We're gonna be talking on Let's Find Out with Diego, and we're gonna go further deep into some of these objects that you donated and a little more history on them. And then, well, I'm looking at, and I'm trying to be a fanboy, but I'm looking at your shirt. So what kind of merchandise do you have?
I love this guy with the striper hat. This fucking guy's amazing. Thanks for being part of the team, Raph.
Oh, I love you, brother. You know that.
You know that. We talk all the time. Ben, here's the question. I love it. Fuck this guy. I love it.
I would love to actually set up, like a merchandise thing where people could buy stuff. That would probably actually help me out financially a little bit, but
yes,
I have to figure out how to do that. I've researched a little bit. There's like a website, something Bubble, Redbubble or something like that, and a few other ones. So I may think about it. As far as merchandise, I just buy these shirts. I have them custom made.
You're part of the family now. Raph and fucking Dustin and me, we all know hook up. We'll talk after the show when I'm sober. We're sober this weekend, but we got to get stickers, magnets, dildos, whatever, t-shirts, comic books. Let's get it all out there. Let's get some Paracons out there. Let's get some shit. I'm going to get you some Paracons. You got to get to Virginia. How far is Virginia from Michigan, Raph?
Pretty doggone far. It's about because I remember doing a tour. I went through there on
Really?
Easy Rider tour. Yeah, a long time ago, back in 1995, 97, 96. It's all foggy sometimes, but
What, 10, 12 hours, you think, a day?
No, Michigan. It got to be at least 20. Well, Virginia, I don't know. Because I'm in West Virginia, but I'm not too far from Virginia. I lived in Virginia for 40 years.
I'm thinking about 10, 12 hours.
If we can
12 hours?
maybe get Ben a fucking free table or a hotel or something, Ben can get out there this summer or fall and get out there. I definitely want to get you guys to Maine and do like a Stephen King con thing in the next year or two, historically as a booking con. So got some time to go left. Diego, get any questions you can think of? I want to give you the floor. For me or him, anybody.
Well,
for Thomas.
For both.
For Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah.
He's feeling good. He's probably got a charcuterie board and his whiskey going. What's up?
He looks great. I love talking to him
guy's
all
a
the
serial
time.
killer. Oh, real quick, Ben. So real quick, Diego. Sorry to step on your toes, but Ben, you like serial killers? You into serial killers and shit, or no?
Well, actually, and this is one thing that I wanted to talk to you about too. Is what turned me from a skeptic to a believer.
Ooh,
which involved a murder that had happened in a park down the street from where I live.
Holy shit!
There was a cold case and went unsolved for like 10 years. It's called the Jeanette Kirby murder. She was found bound and tied in the woods, and I think she was like assaulted and raped and stabbed
Yeah.
and left out there in the woods. And it's a very peaceful woods. The woods I've walked many times.
Wow.
And this is early on when I first started, and I just got this camera, which is literally a $900 camera.
Wow. Beautiful thing. Beautiful piece of equipment, Raph. Look at that fucking thing, Diego.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I'm walking out in the woods, and I, just for the heck of it, because I'm filming, and at the time I really wasn't really big into investigating, but I just, out of curiosity, I'm like, Jeanette Kirby, is your spirit out here? And I'm out in the woods by myself, and I go home and I review the footage. When I do that, you can hear her come through the camera and go, yeah.
Wow. You don't got much fear, do you? Ben, you don't got much fear. You go out in the woods recording this shit alone, brother?
Yep.
Look at you smiling. You got no fear. I want to go ghost hunting with you. I want to go check out some cemeteries at 1 a.m. Between you and Diego, I think us three don't have a lot of fear. Besides a girl that's angry, I guess.
Oh, no. I don't think I've ever had fear except for the one time I was in the woods in the middle of the night. And the Seven Gables, it's just one of those very eerie places.
Well, not Seven Gables was Salem. There's one in Michigan, too. Isn't the house of Seven Gables, Salem?
Yep. It's called the Seven Gables because there was a house that was back there that had Seven Gables on. One of the stories was that the father had killed the family and hung all their kids from each of the Seven Gables.
Oh my God! Sorry to laugh, but wild.
And then there's also a story of a witch that haunted the
charcuterie board. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ben. I got a little distracted there. I started thinking about when you moved into your house, Adam, with the peanut butter. Then you found the rubber phallus was left behind. So.
Oh my God! I was homeless for a year and a half in Maine after my mom passed away. I got in a car accident, lost my shit, lived in an RV in Maine. Was homeless, a whole nine. So I get the fucking house up here, and I live by Stephen King and Mokataden. You know where the Appalachian Trail is, going towards Canada. And we're talking Maine where the Wendigo is, and this moose the size of fucking army tanks. And so I buy this trailer off this chick, and she's pretty much like, and you know what's funny? You were saying this, Ben, and I'm trying to hold back, but since he mentioned it, I bought a mobile home. Check it out, right? I live here, dude. I cry literally almost every day because the chick that was here got cheated on and beat the fuck up. She went back to live with her Massachusetts family and left everything here, from the peanut butter in the fridge to the dildo underneath the mattress to the sink to the shelf you're looking at. That's my haunted historically shit. Don't get me wrong. But the desk this is on, that was hers. This chair I'm on was hers. This whole everything, left her everything, washer, dryer, couch, everything. And Ben, and that's no shit, dude. I've had Enchantress to Samai. She's an Enchantress from Connecticut. She's like almost like a Satanist in a way. I'm not gonna lie. She's kind of the evil type. That's cool. She sent me things. I got things facing the door. I got black salt for the doorways. I got little chimes. I buried a diamond in the ground out back 2 inches. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
I feel the vibes, Ben. It's funny you say that, brother, because I've lived in this mobile home, dude, and I'm 3 hours north of my old lady. After 7 years, I had to drive 3 hours south to see her in Maine, and I feel it. I feel the vibes. I feel like it's not grounded, and I feel, whoa. I have no reason to be upset. I own everything. I got no kids. I'm 45. Hey, I got a podcast, right? And then I said, I go, I fucking cry because I feel her vibes, I think, Ben. Is that legit, you think?
It's possible. I mean, you could be feeling energy from something that's trying to interact with you. And now I think about it.
Left behind spirit of getting cheated on and sitting here crying, going, why doesn't he love me? I don't know, man. I'm alone out here, but at the same time, sometimes not every day, but sometimes I just feel like, woe is me. And I'm like, then I watch Oliver Anthony and I start really crying. Cocksucker. Then I watch Trump talking and I really cry. So it gets worse. I almost want more. And it's almost like one of those things where I feed the negativity, which just sucks. I don't mean to bring it up, but it's just, you touched on that with the mobile home. We went off the tracks on the show a long time ago. So, Diego in the middle. Yeah, it's Diego's been the whole time. We talked about dildos because I said that chick left dildos here, and I said something about blessing dildos. We've gone too far off the tracks. We're talking to actor, fucking stunt man. Now he's a paranormal investigator. Well, he's always been one. Motivational speaker. He's a great dude. You guys should book him for your podcast, your show, your event. Ben Strongwolf Rodriguez. We got Ref Munoz. We got Diego the podcaster, former wrestler, podcaster, author. Checking in the show. We're at the hour. You want to go 10 minutes longer? Is that cool?
I'm cool.
You're like, I'm gonna block you, asshole. Like, all right, see you later. Just kidding.
It's a school night, man. Come on.
I know. I got one more day at work. Fuck me. I gotta get a phone tomorrow. Ben, give me one of your favorite bands, brother. Let's go off a little bit to get to know you. I want to get to know Ben, man. Give me one of your favorite tunes you crank after an investigation or just in fun. A workout.
One of my favorite bands right now is Breaking Benjamin.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah.
okay.
I love Breaking Benjamin. Stuff,
Okay.
stuff that he does, his older stuff, his new stuff. Big fan of them. So I'm kind of into that sort of genre of music, I guess.
Raph's into anything metal, especially 80s. Raph likes Wasp and fucking Molly Hatchet and fucking Lizzie Borden, the band, right, Raph?
Yeah, it's still heavily rotation on but I got into some new stuff too. I like some of the current metal bands as
name
well.
drop.
I recently got into that Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre, which is basically a throwback to the SOD days of nuclear assault. So
Stormtroopers of Death. Yes, I heard them on your show. The guy singing, the singer was on your show. Pretty wild, man. Let's Find Out podcast. It's all in all the forums, guys. YouTube, Spotify. Go check it out. Facebook. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, but no, you got it, man. You know me. I talk to you almost every day. So.
Is this Dustin? Brandon, I got to cover my story and then get it off. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you every week, Dustin. Brandon, and I appreciate you tuning in every week, sharing. Viper Paranormal, I'll get your hat right here out of Virginia. You and your old lady, Kim. Appreciate you donating stars and watching every show. Fucking A. Follow Ben. Check him out. I think Adam, maybe. Taylor Swift. Fuck off, Nate. Newport Paranormal on a bunch of shit. Appreciate you checking in. So, Ben, you open to more podcasts? Obviously, you're going to do Diego's. You open if I get you some more? We'll talk more about that. Get you some more shows?
I'd love to. I'll do as many as I can. I'm usually available Wednesdays anytime during the day. Weekends I can definitely sometimes, just depending on the weekend. Obviously the evenings I'm available anytime during the week.
Fucking A.
We're gonna keep you busy.
I can even bring my spouse on. She's a co-founder of our team, Ghost Contact Paranormal. If you wanted to focus, more on our team itself, I can bring her on as well.
Let's do a replay next time. We'll get you back on.
Yep.
What's up, psychic medium Chris Brown? What's up? Another client of mine from Maine checking in, Maine Paragon. You're gonna get to know Ben. He's a good dude, man. I know he's not a shaman, but he's got Native American background. He's open. He's been in this game a long time. He's a motivational speaker. All that actor shit's way to get you to notice him, I guess, for the most part. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. But for the most part, he's not really done with it, but his forte is the investigating and doing his the Woodland Ghost Tracker and Ghost Contact Paranormal, and of course, historically booking LLC with me. Diego the podcaster. What say you, brother? What's new for you, brother? What's the new show coming out? We got today's Thursday, so it would be Sunday, correct?
Sunday, yes. I got a new episode I drop every week on Sundays. I got Nate Vallow. He was a UFO witness. Now he's more into the more esoteric kind of things now, man. His whole life has changed. He'll talk about his change. And then Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, I have a few episodes coming out. In fact, I had Gene Tewksbury not too long ago, so that episode will be coming out pretty soon as well. And then we also, if you remember, the North Pond Hermit episode.
That was me and Thomas talking about the dude in Maine that went off grid and lived homeless in the woods for what, 29 years, 26 years?
20 some years. Yeah.
He literally he broke into camps during the off season in Maine and survived off that and lived alone and didn't do shit and came out and was like, oh, the internet's a thing? Like lived alone in Maine woods. Abandoned. That's some wild shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's like,
it is.
Hey, check it out. Oh, real quick,
go ahead.
Ben, you gotta. He wants you to be on his podcast, Nate Elwell. He's gonna come. His show's gonna have me on there, Diego probably. He's gonna reach out to you. Hey, get you a date probably this summer. Get you on there. Talk about what you've caught up with.
Very good.
That sounds good. We'll talk about the podcast with Thomas. We talked about him. Went into main shit. You know me rambling on things. We have fun though. We know some shit, man. All of us guys. I hang out with people that know their shit. I'm not gonna lie, Ben. We could go another 3 fucking hours, but let's have you and your partner on next time. Let's go another 10, 15 minutes, but let's talk some fun shit here. Diego, what's on your mind?
Man, no, because I'm thinking about that North Pond Hermits. That's actually going to be the first episode that I've ever done that I'm releasing on video. So that'll be on, yeah.
I want Roses to be your first. That's so. Me and Thomas were guest and guest co-host. Ben, you dig that shit? You like offbeat stories of abandoned houses, homeless, just weird shit, right? Just offbeat attractions like type stuff.
Yeah. Well, abandoned homes and things. I don't do that myself. When I go and when I investigate, I definitely make sure I have permission to be where I'm supposed to be.
Well, that's number one. You gotta be, yeah.
I have watched a few people and doing their urban exploring and stuff, and it's kind of cool to watch them. And
he's pretty good. He's camped on a roundabout before. There's a roundabout circle, and he slept in the middle of it. It's pretty wild. Yeah, on YouTube, camping with Steve. Some weird shit. So cool, man. Let's see. So where do you see yourself a year from now? It's 2026. We're coming into the summer of a year from now. Do you see Ben Strongwolf Rodriguez? Do you see yourself writing a book, getting more investigations under your belt, more TV time? What do you think?
Well, I've yet to have an experience to work with a paranormal team to get the chance to be on TV at least once. That would be kind of cool to have that experience,
Absolutely.
See how people do it, especially since I actually took in like a 3-day like acting class. I think 7 or 8 years ago, and I'm gonna have to drop a name here, but it was at the very exact same school that Zach Bagans got his acting career.
Ooh, impressive. Okay, yeah, that's impressive. Absolutely.
Troy, Michigan. It's the MPI Studios.
Big league shit. Big league shit, man. I don't want to be a millionaire. That's a millionaire right there talking about fucking.
Right. And so I'm like, I go in to take this 3-day class, and I'm like, it says class of 2002, producer Zach Bagans. I'm like, oh, well, shit.
That's wild. I'd be bragging about that. Hell yeah, boasting. Got to.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're open to pretty much anything. If the timing's right and you're not getting the raw end of the deal, you're open to just go with it. And I like that. You're kind of free spirited, so that's cool. I dig that. You're open to everything.
Yep. And I don't judge anybody for anything. I've always, when it comes down to,
no.
I love to put myself in their frame of mind to figure out, who they are and what they're doing. And, especially in the paranormal, there's a lot of people judging each other, and I don't want to do anything.
It's getting old. That's why I went to movie stars and actors and kind of like the people that are in the UFOs, and even Raph goes into the oddities on Anything Goes Wednesdays on his podcast, because it's like sometimes there's a little bit more, right, Raph? Diego, do I agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, sometimes it's good just to switch it up a little bit,
So where do you see yourself, my brother Diego? Do you see yourself in a bigger deal, writing a second book, going on tour a little bit?
Well, none of that is off the table. Absolutely.
I love it.
I'm looking to possibly do Bonus Overdrive Wednesday as a weekly instead of bi-weekly. So I don't know. I think you got to create time, but that's what I'm good at. I manage my time. I create things. You got to do it. If you're going to be creating content, you're going to be booking, you're going to be ghost hunting, you got to create that time so you can get these things done.
Time and space. My brother from another. I love
time and space, brother.
And speaking about bi, I knew a chick like that once. I was bi-weekly. But anyway, so that's good. I
think I know her too.
That's it. I think she's from Virginia. I think Anthony knew her.
Possible.
Well, hey, this will be up on the YouTube channel this week. You guys get any final thoughts before the pull the switch and electric you guys in the electric chair?
Well, I guess I just wanted to add another one of the things that I hope to be able to do is when I start going to these conventions, it's not just about setting up a table and displaying all our stuff. I want to be to the point where they can invite me on stage and I can speak to an audience, tell them about our experiences and what got us into the paranormal.
You're a great speaker. You're a motivational speaker. You're just a speaker all around. You've had experiences. You're not a bullshitter. Like I said, I know it sounds fun. I know it sounds goofy, but I wanted to open you up and have the first one be silly. So next one, we'll get your partner on. We'll talk a little more serious. So you got a cat going. We'll let you go. We'll let you guys go. So Diego the podcaster, Ben Strongwolf Rodriguez. We got someone in the back of them. The Woodland Ghost Tracker. Check them out, guys. Historically Haunted Vodcast. We'll see you next week. My guess is I don't remember. I'm pretty stoned. We love you guys. We'll see you on YouTube. And thank you guys for watching, man. Appreciate you guys so much. I always leave you hanging.